Hello students, it's Nazia Begum here, physics teacher, welcoming you all in today's class. So today we are going to uh, revise some chapters on, okay, and in the revision we are going to discuss some MCQs. When I will explain you the answer of MCQ, so with that only I will explain you some important topics as well. Okay, so there are some practical which are based on practical skills. Okay, which are here are some MCQs which are based on practical skills. So here uh, some multiple choice questions are there which are based on the study of dependence of current on the potential difference across the resistor and determine its resistance. Okay, and here also we have plotted the graph between V and I. So why this is important? Because in your final examination there are so many 1 mark MCQ questions which are based on practical skills. Okay, so one practical we have given you to write in your lab manual as well, that is Ohm's law. Okay, Ohm's law, or uh, to verify the relationship, to find out the relationship between V and I, and to find resistance by plotting a graph between V and I for a particular conductor. Okay, so in Ohm's law, under Ohm's law, so many MCQs are there, so which we are going to discuss now. First, to study the dependence of current I on the potential difference V across the resistor, the correct way of connecting the ammeter and voltmeter in the circuit is A. Ammeter and voltmeter both are connected in series. Second, ammeter is connected in parallel and voltmeter in series. Third, ammeter is connected in series and voltmeter in parallel. Fourth, ammeter and voltmeter both are connected in parallel. So the correct answer is 3. Ammeter is connected in series and voltmeter in parallel. Now why is it a correct answer? Because we know that in series combination of resistances, the current in all the resistances are same. Okay, so when we have to measure the current, that should be same in the whole circuit through all the resistors. So that's why ammeter is connected in series. And we also know that in parallel combination of resistances, the voltage across all the resistors remains constant. Okay, so here when we are trying to measure the voltage by voltmeter, so voltmeter should be connected in parallel in the circuit. Why? So that through voltmeter also same amount of current will flow as it is flowing through the conductor, and the voltmeter will give us the accurate and correct reading. Okay, so ammeter is connected in series and voltmeter is connected in parallel in a circuit. Second, the following the following 4 circuits have been made for studying the dependence of current on the potential difference across a resistor. The correct circuit is, so in first question only we have discussed that the ammeter should be connected in series and the voltmeter should be connected in parallel, as well as the polarities also are very important. Which pole is connected to which terminal of the battery is very important thing. Okay, so in all these 4 we know that ammeter is in series. Okay, ammeter is connected in series, we can see that, and voltmeter is in parallel. Okay, so like that connection is right. But now when we see about the terminals, okay, from positive side or negative side, from which side they are connected to each other, ammeter and voltmeter is connected to each other, and also they are connected to battery also. So that time we have to notice, so that time we can notice that there are different types of connection. Okay, in terms of polarity. So the correct answer for this question is, for this MCQ is circuit first. Okay, A. Circuit A is connected in correct manner, because in this circuit we can see that positive terminal of ammeter is connected to positive terminal of battery, as well as positive terminal of voltmeter is connected to negative terminal of ammeter. So like that they are connected in a very correct manner. Okay, then let's move to the third question. To study the dependence of current I on the potential difference V across a resistor, the following observations are made by 4 students A, B, C and D. Here, out of these 4 students, one student has done the wrong observation. So we have to find out who is that student who have done the wrong observation. So the answer is that student C has done the wrong observation. Okay, why he has done the wrong observation? Because you can see the table, in the table, that student A, when he has done the observation, you can see voltage is 0.5 volt, that time current is 0.1 ampere. Okay, then when in second reading voltage is 1 volt, the current is 2 ampere, and in third reading when voltage is 1.5 volt, current is 3 ampere. So here there is a constant increase in voltage as with a difference of 0.5 volt, and with this increase in voltage there is a constant increase in current. Okay, current is increasing by 0.1 ampere. Okay, so voltage is increasing by 0.5 volt and current is increasing by 0.1 ampere. So if we find out the resistance here by using the formula V upon I, so here in all the readings for A we are getting a constant resistance. Similarly, for the readings done by students B, if we try to find out the value of resistance by following the formula V upon I, we are getting that in what we get that in reading 1, 2 and 3 the amount of resistance is same. For D also R is same for all the 3 readings. But in case of C, the value of V is changing with a difference of 0.2, but the value of current is not changing in a constant manner. Okay, like here the difference between first, second and third reading, okay, the difference between voltage in all that 3 reading is of 0.2. The voltage is increasing in each reading by 0.2 volt, but in current there is the change is not linear. Initially the current is 0.5 ampere, then it becomes 1.4 ampere. So here there is a difference of 0.9 ampere. Then in third reading the current becomes 1.0. So now there is a difference of minus 4 ampere between second and third reading. So that's why we can see that if we want to find out the value of resistance by using formula V upon I for the readings of student C, we will get different values of resistances. Okay, but in Ohm's law we know that resistance is constant. So that's why we can say that student C has done the wrong observations. Now let's move to question number 4. Graphs plotted by 4 students A, B, C and D for the experiment. To study the dependence of current I on the potential difference V across a resistor are shown below. So here you can see 4 graphs are there, A, B, C and D. In x-axis it's taken V, voltage, and in y-axis there is current. Okay, so that is common in all the 4 graphs, but you can see that in all the 4 graphs the curves are different. So what will be the correct VI graph? The correct VI graph is second one, B1. Okay, because in A it is showing a drop in current with voltage, which is not true. In D it is showing that current is not changing linearly with voltage, that is also wrong. Okay, A and D they are wrong. In C, it is showing a straight line, but that straight line is not passing through center, okay, origin. So that's why it is also wrong. So the correct answer is B, because here we are getting a straight line, and if we increase the straight line in downward direction, it will pass through center origin. Okay, so B is the correct answer. Then fifth question, the following precautions were listed by a student in the experiment on study of dependence of current on potential difference. A, use copper wires as thin as possible for making connections. B, all the connections should be kept tight. C, the positive and negative terminals of the voltmeter and the ammeter should be correctly connected. D, the zero error in the ammeter and the voltmeter should be noted and taken into consideration while recording the measurement. E, the key in the circuit, once plugged in, should not be taken out till all the observations have been completed. Okay? The precautions that need to be corrected and revised are, so here out of these precautions A, B, C, D, E, some are not correct. Okay, so we have to find out which needs to be corrected and revised. Okay, so first option is A, C and E, second is C and E, third is B and E, and fourth is A and E. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is 4, A and E. A and E are the two precautions which need to be corrected. Okay, because in A it is saying that a wire as thin as possible for making connection, which is not correct. Okay, connection wire should be having a proper cross section area, a proper thickness. Okay, so that it will decrease the resistance in the circuit. Then E, the key in the circuit once plugged in should not be taken out till all the observation have been completed. It is totally wrong. Okay, we should not let the current flow for long time in the circuit, and for that we have to plug it out. Okay, we have to stop the flow of current after small intervals of time, and for that we have to plug out the keys. We should not let the current to flow for very long time through the conductor. If it happens, our conductor's temperature will increase, then it will not behave in proper way. Okay, and the current will not be linear with voltage, and we cannot find the resistance, and we cannot plot the graph properly. Then sixth, an ammeter has 20 division between 0 and 2 ampere, 0 mark and 2 ampere mark on its scale. The least count of this ammeter is C. Least count equals to uh, measurement upon measurement and division under it. Okay, so an ammeter has 20 division between 0 mark and 2 ampere mark. So that means between 0 to 1 it is having 10 divisions. Okay, between 0 to 2 ampere it is having 20 division. So between 0 to 1 ampere it is having 10 divisions. Okay, so that means when we have to find out the least count, the formula will be 1. Okay, for one scale it is having how many division? 10 division. So 1 upon 10, that means 0 0.1. 0.1 is the least count. 0.1 ampere is the least count of this ammeter. A student finds that there are 20 divisions between 0 mark and 1 volt mark of a voltmeter. What is the least count of this voltmeter? So between 0 to 1, how much reading is there? 1. Sorry. Between 0 to 1 the reading is 1. And for that how many divisions are there? 20. So when we solve 1 upon 20, we will get 0.05. Okay, so the correct answer is 4. For 7th, the correct answer is 4, 0.05 volt. Then the eighth question, which of the following instruments does not have plus or minus sign marked on it while representing in a circuit diagram? So the answer is rheostat. Voltmeter, ammeter and cell, they all are having positive and negative terminal. So the correct answer is rheostat. Ninth, to study the uh, dependence of current on the potential difference across a resistor R, two students used the two setups shown in figure A and B respectively. They kept the contact point J in four different positions marked A, B, C and D in the two figures. For the two students, the ammeter and voltmeter readings will be maximum when the J is in this position. Okay, so we have to choose that in which position J will be maximum. Okay, means where to contact J so that they will have the maximum readings. So the correct answer is 3, D in setup A and A in setup B. Okay, actually here B is the last connection point. So if J will be here, this J will be here. Okay, so in uh, voltmeter and ammeter we will get the maximum reading. Okay, and in setup B, J should be in A. Okay, at this point A, then we will get the maximum reading, because point B, C, D, they are passing through resistance, so that's why it will not provide the uh, higher amount of reading, maximum reading. They will not provide maximum reading. So in A we should connect J with D point, and in B we should connect J with point A. So here we have discussed 9 questions. Okay, some more questions are there which I will discuss to you in next classes. Okay, if you are having any doubt regarding these, you can WhatsApp me, or we can discuss it in our live class as well. So this is it for today's lecture. See you in next lecture. Till then, goodbye, take care, do some productive work, and the most important thing, be healthy, be safe.